Okay. Now, who are you and who are you calling for? And also, what are you calling about?
Yeah, so my name is Dallas. I'm calling from Anthem, Wisconsin Medicaid, and I was reaching out to speak with you, Jasmine Davis. So regarding the grievance that we had received.
I'm Jasmine Renee Davis, and I'm gonna go ahead and file another grievance because I told you all to refer to me as my full name. That is my legal name, and you all are steady violating that. You're taking my ability to be addressed by my actual name. That is my
Okay,
name.
I apologize.
I never gave
I
you all
apologize about that,
permission
Ms. Davis.
to no. See this again. I'm not Miss Davis. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
Okay, I apologize about that, Jasmine Renee Davis. I was reaching out about the grievance that we had received, and I was calling to speak with you regarding it. Was now a good time to talk with you for a few moments?
What is a few moments?
Just a couple of minutes to discuss the findings of the complaint.
So what is a couple of moments or minutes? What I mean, like, what are you? How much time are you asking for in a call? Because a couple.
However long it takes for us to have this conversation, it could take 5 to 10 minutes.
So what's the problem here?
Yeah, so before I can proceed with the details of the complaint, I do just have to verify some information with you, just in compliance with HIPAA privacy laws. Did you happen to have your member ID nearby? It would be on the front side of your Anthem card.
No, but I can get it though.
Okay.
And I'm no
not a
longer a
problem.
member.
If you
I'm gonna
don't
just
have it
let you
nearby,
on.
we can use something else to
Yeah,
verify.
use something else because I'm no longer a member with you all. So
Okay.
what else can you ask?
Yeah, could you verify the address we would have on file for you?
You have a mailing address. My date of birth, yes, June 12, 1986.
All right, perfect. So yes, that is what we were reaching out about. It was regarding an issue where you were receiving letters from us, where it has your full name, Jasmine Renee Davis, on it. You're saying that it only had your first and last name, and you were wanting us to match our records with Forward Health, which had your full name listed on it. We have reviewed this issue. We have reached out to multiple departments, our enrollment team, our customer service team, as well as our letters team. So whenever letters are auto-generated in our system, they only include the first and last name on file. We have verified with our enrollment team that our system only allows a middle initial to be entered into it. So we do have Jasmine R. Davis on file currently. It's just our letter system at this time does not include the spot for a middle name. We have placed a note on your account that whenever letters are being sent out to include your middle initial, so that way whenever you're receiving manual correspondence for us, it is notated in your file. And we have also forwarded these concerns to make our letter team aware to see if there are any updates to be performed to include the full name.
What full name?
Jasmine Renee Davis.
Well, you said the full name.
Your full name.
It's amazing how you all can discuss such rights and deal with people's health care and make choices over people's lives, but you can't even. What are you saying about?
I was just confirming that I'm listening to you. I apologize.
When you all are making choices over people's lives, whether they can live or whatever, but you all don't even have the capability to even properly address someone in their name. It's very interesting that you choose the amounts of letters that someone can use and be identified as. If that is my name, then why won't you all refer to me as my name? That can cause a lot of problems in many different areas for you all to just pick and choose what part of my name you want to use.
Right, no, and I completely understand your frustration.
I didn't say
We
I was
have taken
frustrated.
notes-
Wait a minute. I did not tell you I was frustrated. I'm
Right.
not
No, I just know
frustrated.
that it can be frustrating whenever you're going through these kinds of challenges.
It's not.
You're trying to
No.
receive care, and like you were saying, I'm sorry.
I'm not frustrated, and I didn't say it's frustrating.
Okay, and I apologize about that. I just assume that sometimes it can be frustrating whenever you're going through issues like that. So I do apologize for that miscommunication with you.
Who could it be frustrating for, though?
Whoever's going through, maybe if someone's going through a similar issue. I know that if I'm calling and, if I'm not being called the correct name that I prefer to be called, it could be frustrating for myself.
It's
if I was going through a similar issue.
It's a matter of what my name actually is. So that can cause legal problems. It can cause all kinds of social problems or any problems that I make it into.
Right. And if you're having problems like that, I understand.
So what's the reason for your call today?
So I was calling just to discuss that with you and let you know that we're closing out the complaint and sending you a letter in the mail, okay?
Oh, yeah, but I plan to appeal that. So what's the next process? Because you didn't tell me the result or anything. So how do I appeal that?
Yeah, if you're still dissatisfied with the outcome of the complaint, you can give us a call back to member services and you would be able to file another complaint for this issue to be reviewed, okay?
Now, so you all are failing to address any other issue that I had mentioned within the complaint process. I filed more than one complaint and I discussed more than one issue in each time of the call.
Mm-hmm. So those may have been addressed in a separate complaint. The complaint that I'm reaching out to was the issue with it not showing your full letter, or your full name on the letter, I'm sorry.
Can you make sure you mail me out a copy of that complaint as well so that I can verify it? What was reported?
Yeah, I'll be sending you a resolution letter in the mail with the findings of the complaint.
And also the actual complaint.
So whenever we send the resolution letter, it includes the details of the complaint that we received.
What do you mean it
It
includes?
has like a summary. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
You didn't cut me off, though. I asked you and urged you to just be careful of the words, your choice words that you're using when you speak to me, though. Especially where you all deal with surgical awareness.
Okay. No, and I understand. So yes, whenever we close out the resolution and send you the letter in the mail, it will include the complaint that we see. So it has basically the resolution letter, it explains the issue that was brought to our attention, and then it has the resolution. So that way the concern is, it shows you how it was addressed. If you are dissatisfied, you do have the right to call back to member services and file another grievance regarding this issue.
The problem is, you're telling me that it only has a summary of it. I don't want just a summary. I want the full report.
So the complaint, so whenever we send out the complaint, it has the issue listed. I guess are you... Yeah, so whenever we send out the complaint, the resolution, it will include it. I can speak to see if there's any other details that we can also include with this whenever we mail it out to you, okay?
You said that it includes a summary.
Right, so it's a summary of the issue entirely. So we start off the letter with the complaint that we received, so the issue that you are having, and then at the bottom of the letter, it includes the resolution.
No, do not send me a summary. Send the whole case, all the notes, all the information, not a summary.
So if it's something that you're requesting all of the notes, that may require a records request to be sent for all of that information. I can speak with the lead to see if that's something that we can fulfill, but normally if it's more information regarding specifics, it may require a records request to be fulfilled.
You all sit here and send me a summary out of an investigation that you find that you want me to accept, and not even send me the full details and expect me just to accept something. You are an insurance agency who deals with people's health care? That doesn't even, that just sounds very unlawful. And I'm sure it is. I have more than this complaint.
I will take a further look into this whenever we close it out, okay?
Do not close this out. I'm not giving you permission to keep this case open. I'm telling you that right now, because even how you address me on the phone, just this phone call alone is showing that you all have a problem. I do not want your services. I'm not a member with you all. I have addressed these things, but you all are finding that you're not speaking to me properly about the matters that I am addressing, and you just want to overlook them and say, oh, well, this is all that we're going to do. We're not going to worry about any complaints. Well, there's other issues as well that need to be discussed, but you all choose what you want to talk about and what you want to send me, and that is inappropriate.
So the complaint that I'm specifically reaching out to you regarding is that whenever you had opened other complaints and you received the letters in the mail for the acknowledgement letters, it only had your first and last name. It did not include Jasmine Renee Davis.
No, it was not. I did not receive. Listen, what I'm going to tell you is you all have not discussed any of those other complaints with me. All you have did was taken the complaints. I have called you all to talk about how you are not properly spelling my name. I did call you all and let you all know that, but you are the only person who have called and told me any findings of any type of complaints or any other detailed correspondence such as that. And so you all have not properly submitted any more details to me other than that you did take a complaint. Can you send out the actual paper forms or complaint forms as well, too? And also, because I would like to further with this complaint and file other complaints as well.
So I don't believe I have the ability. Normally, whenever you request documents, it does have to be sent from our member services team. So are you looking for like a grievance form so that way you can submit one? I believe that may need to be requested with our member services team. You're looking for like an actual form. Because normally if I send it out, it doesn't include a return envelope.
You don't have to send a return envelope. I can find a way to send it on my own.
Okay. And normally those documents do have to be requested with our member services team. I'm in a different department. I'm in grievances and appeals.
So you said normally when you do send it out, you just don't send a return envelope. So which one is it? What's your name?
I would only be able to include it with the resolution letter. Whenever I close out your complaint, I can attach one, but it wouldn't include a return envelope.
No, you should attach more than one.
That would require me closing out the...
You should attach two that is going to reference his phone call and the initial complaint. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Dallas, like Texas.
Your name is Dallas, like Texas?
To spell it, Dallas.
And so what was the reason that you called me to tell me about this whole situation?
So I reached out to you to discuss the findings of the grievance.
And so did you have any space to hear my whole insight of the situation? Or how does these type of calls, how do you manage these type of calls?
Yeah, so No, I've heard you out during your, you said that this is an issue that if we're not addressing you by Jasmine Renee Davis, it could cause legal issues. It could cause confusion with receiving care. Were there any other concerns that I may have missed regarding that? I apologize.
I did not say issues while receiving care. You're summarizing and you're assuming. I asked you, why are you talking about what I said? Answer your own question. I asked you, Dallas, with Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, calling through the state of Wisconsin, through Forward Health, as you are apparently mismanaging this call. I asked you, how do you manage the call? How do you manage the process of what you are supposed to call and do? What is your whole responsibility in the call? How do you manage this call? Because you're saying everything that you cannot do, so what can you do? What do you want to hear? What are you looking for, as a result of this kind of call?
So I was calling to let you know the findings of this complaint, because we were going to send out the letter in the mail. You requested us leave the complaint open because you were not satisfied. So whenever I reached out to you, I was calling to discuss the findings of the complaint.
I didn't even mention me being satisfied or not, though. I just don't appreciate what you
requested. I'm sorry.
So if someone has, if they have an opposing statement, or like if I'm not agreeing, then what are you supposed to do in that matter?
So if you're not agreeing, and you're requesting us to take more time to look into this issue, we can extend the case due date.
And how does that happen?
I can speak with my lead, see if it's to request the extension for the complaint.
And what happens when an extension for the complaint is filed?
We can take more time to look into this issue to see if there's any other resolutions that can be found.
And how would you do that?
I can speak with the lead and try to get the extension and speak with them regarding the concerns and the request from you to extend the case.
And so what are the steps that you all have to take when that happens?
We send out a letter to you in the mail letting you know.
Letting me know what?
That we've extended your case.
Okay, and then what are the next steps after that?
We'll continue to review it.
Review what?
The case and the issue that's at hand.
And so what are the steps?
And then once we're fine. Oh, sorry.
What are the steps of you reviewing my case? This case that you all have.
Look into it and see if there's any other resolutions or outcome that we can determine.
And so what is the likeliness of you all doing such a thing, as far as reviewing, as far as properly handling these sorts of matters and reviews from complaints?
So whenever we have a complaint, we reach, as part of the complaint that's already happened, we've already reviewed, we've reached out to our enrollment team, we've reached out to our customer service team. We've also worked with our systems team regarding this issue. I can speak with my lead to see if there's any other team that we may be able to involve to take a further look at this issue.
But you are already saying that there's also further steps that you can continue to put forth effort and put more time into addressing the complaints that I have.
Right. So more effort would be speaking with them and seeing if there's any other avenues or any other ways that we can try to resolve this issue or see if there's a different outcome regarding this concern.
But is that a standard practice that you all have with further investigating when someone does not agree with does not accept the minimum amount that you all have put forth in effort of the case initially?
Yeah, so if you're not satisfied with the outcome of our complaint, you do have the right to either file another grievance regarding this issue, or, that's why we may call you to let you know of our resolution. So if you're not satisfied, we can extend the case to allow some additional time to continue looking into this issue.
And can you send me out those rights that you have about the complaint process, and also the whole grievance process, and also how the steps you're supposed to take to actually look into the review process and managing it as well, please?
Yeah, so with that kind, our member services team would be able to send you documentation regarding your members' rights.
No, I'm not a member with you all, okay? And so I would ask that you not refer to me as a member of Blue Cross, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, because I am not. I'm not even a member of Forward Health. I do not receive any public aid. However, I have been at a time, and these are issues that are serious. And I would like to discuss those matters at some point further. I asked you, because this is the department that you have, I asked about the specific rights that you mentioned, to send me those rights for the complaint process, the review process, not as far as the rights, because you all have, I've asked those too before. You still didn't send those. So who's going to actually send out the proper information?
So whenever we mail you acknowledgement letters as well, acknowledgement letters also include your grievance rights with those too.
Oh, well, what's an acknowledgement letter?
An acknowledgement letter is a letter that we send to you. It lets you know that we've received your case and we're looking into it.
Oh, yeah. Can you please resend that paper out so I can verify that it has that listed in there? Those items are in within that letter. But also, I would also like the rights on the review process and you all's responsibility and the actions that you are supposed to take in each step and each level of that, and how is it handled and who handles it.
Okay, yeah, I can speak to see if we can send out some of those members' rights to you. Okay.
Now, Dallas, I have another question before, in case you have to say anything else. But now, I had to ask you these questions, but you were already saying that you were just going to forcibly close the case. It was nothing else that you could do. That you were going to send send me information saying that it was closed. You didn't even tell me that I had an option to have it further reviewed or anything like that. You just disregarded the whole process, and you did violate the fact that I even have rights. Even when you heard me say that it was inappropriate, at no point during that did you suggest that you all can look into this further and handle it at a better and even perhaps a more reasonable aspect. And I find that just, in a way, a problem, and it could be suspicious as well. But it speaks to the level of disregard that you all actually have. And it's like some kind of control thing, or perhaps you all are being oppressive to someone's ignorance or just the inability to really understand, because you all limit any information that you send out. You do not send proper education. All you do is make choices for someone's health care or like mental health care or anything. You treat people as if they're livestock. You do not manage people holistically. You do not manage people naturally or any of those things. And that is a problem. Like not manage people in particular, but the cares. You do not even have the proper cares, and you all don't really look into healing. You seem like you're more of an end of life type of thing. And even in your practices for grievances or complaints, you handle it as if everything have to be final, like nothing can improve only until someone knows better. And then when someone exercises their rights, then that's when you open the door or, acknowledge that there is more that you can do. But if someone is not putting up the effort to fight, you're not going to reveal the actual things. You're going to continue to allow people to have to settle for less. And I don't appreciate that.
And I apologize about that. whenever we were speaking and you said that you didn't, whenever I advised that I was going to be closing out the case and sending a letter to you, I wasn't going to close the case today. I was going to reach back out and do more research. You were still not, it appeared that you may have still not been satisfied with it. So that's why I offered the extension. If you're still dissatisfied, you would have the right to open another grievance regarding this issue. I do apologize.
I'm the one that told you, say you're going to close it. So how are you going to close it and still work on the case? And then I'm the one that told you not to
close it.
I told you the reason why you're not closing it. The reason why I did not say I'm not satisfied, I told you don't close that case. And then when I told you don't close it, because you were saying that you were closing it, and I stopped what you were saying, and I said do not close it. And this discussion continued, and I had to say, okay, so don't make it seem like you initiated me, to me, that you were going to continue to investigate, because Dallas, you weren't, and you know that you weren't. And I don't know why you on this phone trying to make it seem like you were really invested in this call to really be of some assistance to Jasmine Renee Davis, myself, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, or anything else for that matter. And you know that. And so do not try to change it now. You should actually find a way to kind of look at the conflict and find a way to improve instead of being dishonest about you cannot rewrite history.
No, I was going to leave this case still has a few days to be open. It wasn't due to be closed until next week. I was giving you a call to discuss the findings of it. Whenever you said you were not satisfied, I was going to reach back out. I was going to honor your word and keep the case open. So I do apologize if there was any kind of confusion or miscommunication.
You told me you were closing out the case.
Right, and then you advised that you were not happy with that.
Oh my
and so
goodness. Wow. You never even told me that there was still more time. You said that's just how it was, and it was just fine like that. You tried to convince me to settle on that matter. It wasn't even to settle because you made it seem like your word and all your efforts is just a final decision. But, this is going to continue to be, I know the truth, you know the truth. This call is being recorded, and so it is what it is.
No, and I apologize for any miscommunication that occurred during this call.
What do you mean, no?
I'm sorry?
What are you sorry about? Because this is the thing. You're saying no. I'm asking you, why did you say no when I made a comment? And you had no regard over me, my real name, after I told you. That is my whole name. You do not pick and choose what you want to use of my name. I don't care how many people only use their first and last name or just one middle initial. You may not do that. I'm not playing with you. I was given the name of Jasmine Renee Davis, and that is my name, and you do not have the ability to change that. That's why I do not want to be on public aid. You all want to find, that you can get things and change people's lives or whatever and force people to be addressed and announced as you want them to, and that is inappropriate. You want to copy and paste everything and be dishonest and try to turn around as if you're the hero of the conversation. In fact, where you were the one that refused to even hear what I said, and you decided that, there's no more permissions for me allowed with the choice that I want to make about my own name and how you all are addressing those issues. I also requested that you all update all your files. Department of Children and Families, that's a huge problem that you all have as well. Forward Health and all y'all are all connected. You all sit up there and you copy and paste everything, and you need to renew your updates. It's no longer that I'm allowed just any random people to just do whatever they want to do. I'm not allowing that. There are people that can call me Jasmine, you know what I'm saying? But I don't appreciate anyone disrespecting me. My name is Jasmine Renee Davis, and I'm going to keep this professional. I do not authorize you to miscommunicate my name. You are not my mother. You are not anything of me. And how I address and grow through the process with anybody else, I do that on my time. This is a business transaction, a business call. And I'm telling you, you all are subject to litigation. Your actions on this call shows proven further of the corruption that you all have within your offices as well. And I don't appreciate it. Please send that information out in the mail with those further, like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to try to make it seem like you couldn't even send out the forms and all that different stuff. Then you change it up. Come on, please, man. And then after you said that you can send it without the envelope, then you still turn around and still try to make it seem like you didn't just say you could, and still try to tell me to call somebody else. You don't even want to do your job, man. Come on. Anyway, so that's just that. I don't need this kind of action. And it says you get what you pay for, you know what I'm saying? And so this is a problem. And I always wonder about those different things. And I'm not going to be cliche or stereotypical either. I'm just going to be Jasmine Renee Davis. And I have more than this complaint with you all. I have many about the abuse that you all have with healthcare, with your doctors, all of that stuff. You all had picked and tried to give me a doctor that I didn't even know about. You all had assigned me a doctor that I'd never even been to. And it was told that doctor was supposed to have been my doctor for over 3 years. I never met him. I never knew anything about him. And that same office had a whole nother file from my same phone number address. And then they just lied. See, I learned that you all use all my same information, but you changed the date of birth so it cannot be recognized. You all are a mess. And I don't need this. You all do it through the court systems and you do it through this healthcare stuff. It's slavery and I that's a crime. And I believe it can reflect at the 13th Amendment of the Constitution. So you all take note of that as well, Dallas.
Okay, no, and I appreciate your time and speaking with me regarding this issue, and we'll continue to take a look into this concern for you.
And
okay?
So you said no about what? No again. You keep saying no. What does no mean?
I apologize. I'm not saying no regarding anything. So we'll continue to take a look into this concern for you, okay?
When are you going to send those documents out that you said about the whole case, though?
About the whole case?
Yeah, you said that you were going to send a summary out with all the information that is included with the case, and you were going to check and see if you can send a full report too, though, including 2 of those complaint forms for grievances.
So for a full report, it may require a written records request. We still have to remain in compliance with HIPAA privacy laws, so I will have to verify if we're able to send it. It may require you to fulfill like a records request with us.
Well, when are you going to send out the documents that you can and are authorized to send, including the the HIPAA request forms, and now also the 2 grievance forms? Yeah, so make sure you send those written request forms out as well. And when are you going to send all that information out?
Yeah, so I can send it out after we get off the call. I will have to speak to get more information to see if that is information regarding the full case information. If that's something that our department can send, it may have to be fulfilled with our privacy team. But I will reach out and try to send that out to you today, okay?
No, you have to send what you could send out, though. You said you can send summaries and other. Don't try to say that there's nothing that you can send now, though.
So the summary of the case that I was referring to is included within the resolution letter. That would require us to close the case, but we're still going to be looking into this issue for you.
Well, send me the summary and what you have, not including the resolution part of it, but also send those grievance forms out, though. I did already confirm the mailing address, and also send those written request forms that comply with HIPAA and also include what is exact law specifically.
Okay.
But you all are violating some of my natural human rights as well, and the right to heal and other things. So you all are in trouble because I don't appreciate it. And then even trying to talk to you all and try to show you that there is some feelings involved, that I have life and I want to live my life. You still are being volatile in the situation, being violent. So That's what I have to say about that. Please, Dallas, send my information, please. All the stuff that I requested on this phone call today as immediate as possible. You said you can do that today. Please make sure you send that out and explain this call. I want a summary of this call and explain the whole grievance process and all that. You can send that. Send my rights. Send the things that are most appropriate. The stuff that you have, you can send.
Okay, yeah, so I'll send out your member rights. I can send out a grievance form, and then I'll also send that records request form.
No, I didn't ask for member rights. I told you that I'm not a member. I told you to send out the rights as far as the process for the complaint process and the rights for how you all handle any of your part of the complaint process. And if you cannot send any of that stuff, you have to send the laws that pertain to why you did not send it. And that is a demand and an order, please.
Okay, so I'll be taking a look into that for you, okay?
Okay, and so can you tell me what are you planning on sending out?
So at this moment, I'll be sending you out the rights, the grievance form, and the records for it's called an access to records form. It's a form that you can complete and it'll request your records. Regarding I may have to get some clarification regarding the other ones because it's not necessarily documentation that we may have. I could explain in your resolution letter how we review grievances, but it may not be a form, so to speak, that I would be able to send. But if I was to send a resolution letter, it would require me to close out the complaint. So that's why I'm going to speak and get further clarification before I proceed with that, okay?
Well, no, it's not okay. And what I asked you to send is the steps that you all take for the appeal process as well. I want all the information, and I can look at that and search that and see how all those things are. So